Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Road to 5.8 Bill. And my name is Cubs fan, and today we are back on this series after quite a few years. It has been quite a bit of time since I hit my original goal of 5.6 Bill XP, and I never really followed up, especially after the release of Necromancy as a skill. It was not really something I had really recorded about or talked about much, so I figured I'd do a quick little update video here, kind of go over everything that's gone on, and yeah, talk about what's next for me in this journey. So, obviously, as the title entails, I have hit my goal of 5.8 Bill XP, maxing every skill on Runescape 3 at 200 mil all, and I ended up roughly in the 2000 rank mark. I'll have to double check in a minute here to see quite what rank I ended up with. However, yeah, 200 mil and everything. I figured what I'd do is show off my cape and just go through the different skill capes. I'm sure everyone's seen them quite a bit now, but it's kind of cool to have the whole collection together. Attack, defense, got fletching, fishing, thieving, woodcutting, fire making, construction. I'm just going to rotate through them here, show them all off a little bit, and then we're going to talk about what's next, because obviously the most recent achievement that we have is Necromancy and hitting 200 mil in Necromancy, which is what this outfit's really inspired by. However, I didn't actually end up ever comping in RuneScape 3, even though it was something I was actively trying for quite some time. And it just ended up being a little bit, I'm not going to say too much of a headache or too much of a hassle, but it took quite a bit longer than I actually thought it would. And I don't know, for me, I like getting the experience, I like getting the goals and everything. I actually did manage to get a quest cape before I stopped playing, and now I have what, 7 quests left. So still a bit to go there. And then in terms of achievements, let's go to completionist. Obviously missing the quest cape, but what we were working on is the completionist. And a couple of big ones I'm missing, but a couple of easy ones. So the ones that I thought were easy were the ore sum, the tree sum. Those were pretty easy. The ones that I thought I would struggle with a lot is the music maestro, and also, um, what was the other one? Obviously, the reptile dysfunction wouldn't be too bad. There's not really too many things that would be difficult, in my opinion. But again, I just kind of lost interest. I stopped playing. I stopped really doing that. And that's where I think I'll leave this portion of the video. And give me 1 second. Gonna have a quick jump cut and you'll see where I've been. All right, hello and welcome back. So my dirty little secret that I have been not necessarily hiding, but one of the things I haven't exactly talked about is that I have converted, at least temporarily, to old school RuneScape, and I think this is where the series is going to evolve and grow, where I think now what I'm going to do is aim for max experience on old school. And I think it's an absurd goal. I think it's nearly impossible, but I think it could be actually quite fun and entertaining. And I've been playing old school now for about 3 months, whereas I finished RuneScape 3 probably just over a year ago now, something like that. I don't quite, I forgot a spade. There's a lot of things that I'm still adjusting, like the lack of a tool belt, for one. But there's a lot that I would like to do and a lot that I plan to do. And maybe I could eventually stream this on Twitch. Maybe we could talk about it there. Um but yeah, so the main goal, and actually I forgot a few things, so it's a good thing I came back. Do 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 do. There is a lot for me to learn and a lot that I really had to brush up on and get used to. Like, absolutely have not gotten used to doing the stamina potions and all that yet, especially since in RuneScape 3, run is effectively unlimited at this rate. but I've been starting to get into doing daily farm runs, and I've made a good pace actually. And this is where I very much am proud of the work I've accomplished so far, but there's still a bit to do. Obviously, I'm not quite maxed yet. That is yet to come, but it will eventually happen. So far, though, I do have 399s that I've already completed in the 3 months I've played. That's 60 mil total XP, so quite a ways off that total goal. But I have 99 cooking, 99 prayer, and 99 farming, which farming is currently my highest skill at 17.4 mil XP. So that has been one of the biggest ones for me so far. And effectively, I plan on just doing tree runs and farm runs like this every day and multiple times a day if possible to try and get 200 mil because I believe with the math I did, I could effectively have 200 mil farming in roughly about 650 calendar days. And that was from the time in which I did the equations. Now I'm quite a few days into that, almost 10% of the total way, which again, small goal, big dreams. And that's really the game plan here is I'm just going to play, have fun. I really want to try and max on old school and I think it's possible. I think realistically I'm hoping to max in the next 12 to 18 months, which given the time that I can allot to play and how much I do play, I think that's pretty reasonable. I still have a lot to learn though about old school. I find it very ironic as someone who played RuneScape 3 for a very, very long time. Old school players would brag up and down that their game was better and superior because it has not changed, it has not evolved. But I think that's almost the exact opposite. This game has evolved so much more in so many different ways than even RuneScape 3. You just, and I'm talking outside the combat mechanics, but there are so many new things with old school that you just don't think about or maybe aren't used to. Like, I had no idea about Varlamore or the new continents in the world, something that RuneScape 3 does not have any issues with. Or like the farming guild here or the woodcutting guild, they're all new pieces of content for me that I have to learn and adjust. And even the training methods that I used to think were superior back in '07 when this game was set have changed drastically. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Every game has to evolve to keep people playing and keep people addicted and, paying the recurring subscription. But it's a very jarring experience, especially because there are hints of nostalgia put in. I mean, this account is almost 20 years old at this point, and it's not my oldest account. So I'm just getting used to this new normal, this new world, this new experience, one that I maybe wasn't the most prepared for given the talks with people who played old school. And another thing that I think is a little jarring is you do have a section of people that will hop interchangeably between the two games, but the worlds aren't as cohesive. They're not as connected as you would think. You can message between the two worlds, but a lot of the people that I know who converted to old school only really play on old school and they don't really talk to people who play RuneScape 3 and vice versa. A lot of my RuneScape 3 friends, I don't really talk to them as much in game as when we were in clan chats or in the same setting, so to speak. It's a very unique change, and it's something I don't know if I was necessarily prepared for. But this is more fun for me in a lot of ways because I like the grind, I like gaining XP. Quests and other content like bossing never had the greatest appeal, in my opinion. I just, I could do fetch quests on pretty much any other game, but there's very few games that you could just sit there and grind out a skill and see the experience ticking and see the levels. And that's to me what I find fun and maybe the part of my brain that's broken because I enjoy it so much. And old school definitely scratches that. It hits some part deep, deep down in there where I'm like, yes, slow experience. I could do this forever. And I honestly probably could, and that's my plan for now is I want to keep playing old school. I want to keep leveling up and once I max, who knows where I'll go from there. Just knowing myself and knowing previous playing habits, I probably will keep playing until I max experience. The question now is how long will it take? And to the people sitting in their chairs thinking, "Oh, it'll take you forever. It's old school, slower XP rates." It took me 20 something years to max RuneScape 3. It was no walk in the park. I think even with the slower XP rates, I could probably match, if not beat that pace. So as long as the game is around, I'm sure I will be playing it. And, if this series continues on, then I might make some more episodes. I thought it was really cool to document my progress in RuneScape 3, and admittedly, making this series has been kind of hard for me because having to record the part in RuneScape 3 is a level of closure that I just don't think I was mentally prepared for or ready for. Again, as mentioned, it was a part of my life for over 20 years to log in every day for that far off goal that was so far, so unobtainable. It was just so far in the future that I didn't have to really worry. And after the COVID years and after work from home, I was able to achieve that, and I'm very proud to have, but it left me feeling kind of hollow, kind of empty. Like I said, there's other content that I could have done. I could have gone for trim, I could have comped, I could have done Master Questcape. There's more content than what I knew what to do with. It's just, for me, that wasn't the part of the game that was fun. That wasn't the part of the game that I actively look forward to logging on and playing. So it led me down a dark path, and unfortunately for me, in a lot of ways, it led to old school. But to a certain point and to a certain degree, I knew that would happen. I purposefully never played old school on Cubs on this account because I always was playing RuneScape 3 and leveling up on that game, and I kind of knew and wanted to from an early stage actually try and max this account on both games. I don't know how many times it's been done. I'm sure people have done it, and I guarantee I will not be the first. But that is my next goal. That is what this episode is setting up. That is what I'm describing here is I will max experience on this game. I just don't know when. And I hope you guys stick around and watch this and check it out every so often. I don't know if I will upload regularly. Part of me kind of wants to stream, so if you have any interest in that, let me know. And I think it'll be a great start. There's a lot of content in this game I need to learn, I need to do. I mean, I've done 78 quests so far, and I think all of the quests I've done up until this point have specifically been just a repeat of previous quests I've done. I've never touched Monkey Madness 2. I've never done Desert Treasure 2 or some of the other harder quests that they have in this game. So I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a good time. And yeah, who knows how far this will go or how long I'll keep up with it. But if you guys enjoyed, let me know down below. And if you've been here from the start, let me know. I appreciate everyone who takes time to watch these videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm going to keep finishing this farm run, and I will see you all in the next one.